So if you're watching this live, leave your comments in the chat, and we shall do our best. Today, make sure you're not on data. Not on data, using the Wi-Fi right now. What are we doing? We are moving, folks. What are we moving? Well, we're just moving a little bit that we are doing. We're just doing this. Now, by the way, this isn't a workout video. This isn't anything like that. This is just, I feel like moving a little bit and talking to some whoever random people want to leave some comments and engage in some conversation, I think would be fun. Maxwell, how are you doing this evening? Pleasure to have you here. Him. Oh yeah, him. Hi, him. Much better than Insta. Oh man, yeah. There's something going on over there at the Insta. Yeah, curls for corn. So here are the corn curls. Is when you put your. I got this from Mitch. Okay, so Mitch, which is Mitch Fit Model on Instagram, he put his palms forwards, and then he did like these curls like this, and it was like, what? How do you do curls like this? What is that even? Usually curls are like, they weren't like started flat and then just like it feels totally different. It's crazy. Hello. Will I ever do bolt action again? My voice doesn't sound like an obliterators anymore. Yeah, I would play bolt action again. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of things I enjoyed about bolt action. I particularly like the mechanic of the activation of the dice from the bag. That's really good, and I like how things die really quickly. Like, yeah. How much are the weights? These are 30-pound dumbbells? Or do you mean how much do they cost? Because that I couldn't tell you. That happened way too long ago. How is everyone doing this evening? Let's this night. This is night. 88 pounds? Definitely. Corn's gonna want that. I was here. Silly syrup? You were here, and I think you still are here. You should try glide marching for leg. Hi, Dave. My custodies got walloped by some guardsmen yesterday. Finished in 17th of 19 players. Womp womp. Well, it just happens sometimes. Clearly it happens. It happened to you, so crazy, man. I only want to request, please play Blood Bowl again. It was fun playing Blood Bowl, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Came from a battle report for AOS 3.0. Yeah, that'll be great to dive into that once that comes in. Almost done painting my Lord Avocado. Sweet. Are you going to post pictures online when you're done? Just out of curiosity. What time is it there? Kind of late workout. At least for I'm at Eastern time, US. Yeah, that's my time too. Is it late for a workout though? Is it? Preferably a league for the Blood Bowl. Yeah, but that's a different. That's a thing. Squats for the Golden Throne. Yeah, we can do some squats. Do some slow squats here. Any models you're hoping for release for Chaos Space Marines? Personally, I'd like a resculpt of Huron and Bikes. Huron Blackheart. Yeah, he's gonna need. Does he need a new sculpt? Yeah, he's a pretty old sculpt, isn't he? Yeah, that would be cool if he had something cool. And you know what else would be cool? If there was some more newer characters, just more chaos characters that did cool things. Like I think that would be a thing to do. Let's do that. Hello, Tack. Tack, are you taking a bath? Are you in the bath right now? Are we doing this? Are we doing this here? Because I will. You know I will. Glide marching is in Wizard of Oz, but what is shown is high stepping. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Hey, this is Ben, by the way. My YouTube account is different. Ben from Play On, when you say Ben? If so, hi, Ben. Do you think Emperor's Children will be coming to 40K? Yes, because I choose to be optimistic when it comes to chaos and for things that I'm hoping for. I am hoping for just more chaos. Of course I'm going to. I missed the best comments? What best comments? You're moving. That's exciting. Yeah, Yeah, there's good stuff here. Me and Tech are in the bath together. Oh, now I get it. Hello, Steven. What are you doing? And is that what kind of bath are we in here? What country are we in? You're here with Vanguard Tactics, not the bath. I love how Tac had to specify this because that can't be mistaken. But the thing is, usually how anchoring works is the first thought in your brain is the one you remember. So now it's all going to be known that Steven Tac, bath, to same. That it's all good. That's the story I'm going to tell because that's literally the story I just told. So I think that's really. Um, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous. I want to be in the bath there with you too. But let's just get that out of the way. Uh, 16 years ago today was the first. Hi, it's MiniWarGamer Dave here. Continues to stumble. Mojo Jojo. That was quite a good amount of time ago. So if you're here since then, thank you. Tack, you need to come to Chaos. Keegan, that was a very good thing to say to Tack, and I absolutely agree with that. Comments are going way too fast. If I don't get to it, that's because there's way too many comments way too fast, which is fine. There's enough chaos in my life. But is there, Tack? Is there enough chaos in your life? I don't believe you. I think you need more. You need more. Who else thinks that Tack needs more chaos? Tack, specifically, from play on tabletop, needs more chaos in his life. We're starting by the fact that Steven's in the bath there with him. Steven Box, Vanguard Tactics. Are you still there? Are you? You must be, because why else would this be happenstancely like both of you here at the same time? My next trip to Canada will be to you, Dave, says Vanguard Tactics. Well, it better be to me, because why didn't you come here this time, huh? Give me a reason good enough. Because you had to go and play on tabletop? Is that why? I don't think that's a good enough reason. Uh, that's a reason, but coming here as well, you're on this side of the pond anyway, and technically speaking, it's actually much farther for me to get to play on tabletop for where I am, for me to get to your place on the other side of the pond, UK, ironically, way faster airplane ride to your house than it would be to Tack's house on the other side, because that's how Canada works in its hugeness geographically. But I digress. Did I go to LVO? No, I didn't go to LVO this year. I didn't. What do you mean I didn't invite you? What? You didn't invite yourself. Where's this I didn't invite you stuff? Do you need to be invited to visit your second home? Answer me that. Hi, from Middle England. It's 4:20 a.m. here. I should probably get some sleep, or maybe I should do squats, the exercise, not the Voton. Yes, do some squats. I'm going to agree with that one. Lee, yeah, squats, good. Move to Texas. I've been to Texas before. I've been to the cafe in Texas. I've seen a certain large space marine there as well. Tack already had enough chaos, just needs more chaos. Yes, he does. I agree. Stephen Miller, Ravaged is such a great thing to be looking forward to. Lock and load. Thank you for saying that and for that support. I'm deliberately, specifically, intentionally excited about that. His second home is. Oh, would you look at that? See, I think you mistake his second home for his third home. I think that's what's happening here. But again, that's the story I'm going to tell because we want Steven here. Does it really matter where he is in Canada? As long as he's in Canada, then it's all good, right? Dave, are you going to go to Adepticon again this year? Glorious Corn? Yes, I will go to Adepticon again this year. It will be a thing because it's already a thing. I know a Raumer for Adepticon, a Nounment Plastic Titan. Yes, I agree. Plastic Titan. Tak Kawana will still going to Japan and bringing Dave. LOL. You know what? That's a good question. That Wait, hold on one second. Tack, you accept Tack's offer. What's the offer exactly? Dave, glad to see you in Bat Reps. You've missed. Thank you, Paul. Thank you for saying the kind stuff. As I'm being distracted by the fact that people are trying to take Steven away from me. Okay, and you know what I'm doing? I'm training to arm wrestle Steven Box. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm doing it by moving. And how am I moving? I don't know. My body's just moving. I'm not thinking about it. It's habit at this point. There's there's no thought required. I'm talking to you. As far as I'm concerned, that's what I'm doing. I'm not really trying to move. I'm just moving. So next time I see Steven, there's going to be some arm wrestle happening here. Keep training. Are you training right now, Steven? Do I see you training? Actually, that's true. I do see you training online. Which is why I'm training as well. Because I'm going to get you. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to get you, Mr. Great Britain. That's right. That's how competition works. You excel towards the excellence. That's what I got from you. So I should thank you for this, right? Training to take skulls for the skull throne. That's how I'm going to interpret what's happening right now. That's a fantastic way of phrasing what's happening. Training to take skulls for the skull throne. Pagan God X. Yeah, and that's just the classic case of reading the same comment twice because it was such a good comment. I paid money to watch Dave suplex Steven. I should be careful. I might get hurt. Uh, the thing I love about that is just it's so obviously not reality that we have to embrace it as reality. Therefore, the hilarity ensues. You get a better pump with a chain axe. Oh my goodness, are you ever right about that? You are right about that. Pink, cheese, green, goes. With purple, blue, yellow, red. Dave, what is the next purchase for your chaos? Well, that really depends on who answers the question, how much do you want for your army? Because, if you were to come here to the bunker and you were to show me your chaos army, that's my next question to you. How much do you want for it? That's the next question. It doesn't matter that I don't have the money for it. We'll find a way. Okay? We'll just like, what do you want? Do you want to make a trade? We'll trade some Tau for it, gladly, or something else like I don't know. Name your price. What would it be? Don't tempt me with a good time, says Stephen. Are you talking about suplexing or taking baths or arm wrestling? Because in my mind, that's a rock, paper, scissors type of event. Starting a World Eaters army. Got any tips, Bossy Grim? Yes, I do have tips. First and foremost, you need Karn the Betrayer. You need him. He doesn't need you, but you need him. Then you do 3 squads of Khorne Berserkers and Rhinos, because once upon a time they were coffins with wheels. That once upon a time is still factually correct. But you do need a delivery system to get that blood and carnage up the battlefield, because that is fast satisfaction all day long. Because really, the strategy is to Khorne forward and to see what happens, and to watch the look on the opponent's face, and everyone has a good time. Because Khorne always wins. Whether you win or lose, you still win, because you're Khorning it up in the Khorne phase, which is the charge and fight phase, and it's all so good. In addition to this, Mauler Fiends are kind of fun because, Lasher Tendrils and Mauler Fiend Fists. Defilers. Go with a Defi. Get your own Defi. Bring a Chaos Defiler. I'm not giving tips that would necessarily win you tournaments because I don't pretend to know how to do that. All I know how to do is Khorne. So if you're asking my advice on what to collect for your World Eaters army, definitely get Angron, because you gotta have Dad come home to the house that he's supposed to be in. Get Angron. It's just a fun experience. 8-bound is pretty sweet too, because the models look badass. Red Butchers, it's also a good call as well. But Tank Shock? Come on, man. That is insane. I've been playing more 40K games recently, and Tank Shock is like, damn. Defi tank shocking? I mean, majority thinks he's tank shocking. He's going to have 16 dice, rolling for his tank shocking there, and that's just insane. You have 60 Terminators. Is that bad? Well, it depends. You collecting World Eaters? Then why aren't you getting up to 88 Terminators? Because, 8 and corn and world eaters and well, you know what? Go with 64. Go with 8 eights. Then that would be correct. The mark of chaos as above. Dave's new mark of the blood god, chaos evolution. Uh, you said chaos a bunch and blood god, and all the sentence works. I turned into the corniest point in the stream, and it's glorious. Oh, you better believe it's glorious. Well, I'm a son of Dorn, the Crimson Fist. Well, you know, it's okay. No one's perfect. That was a joke. I'm just joking. Uh, if you have 60 Terminators, you're playing Grey Knights. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with that. I mean, that's it. Or you know, let's face it. You know the Deathwing could be a thing too, right? So Dave will be Vanguard Tactics new World Eaters coach. I'm hiring. Did I hear that right, Steven? Dave will be Vanguard Tactics new World Eaters coach. You're hiring. You would actually hire me as a coach. Is that what I'm hearing? No, there's no advice that people would pay for. There, well, unless you bring teeth. Okay, if you're an orc player, I accept teeth. And let's face it, also skulls. Fine. If you have skulls, especially with teeth in them, that's like double good. So yes, I accept, Steven. Do I start right now? Is this my first day on the job? Okay, well, this would be my advice. Get 8 units of World Eater, whatever it is, and then just use Rule of Cool to flesh out the rest. Because it'll probably not be wrong. Yeah. Also start with like duplication. You know, if you're going, if you have berserkers, get you know 2 or 3 of them because then it's just easier to remember rules if you're like just jumping in. For myself, I haven't played a whole lot of 10th edition, so one of the recent games that I played, I would say a couple weeks ago. The game I played before that was probably like 3 months. So in my mind, it was like, oh, okay, this feels like a new edition because it is a new edition in my brain, and there's like a mixture of how many old editions passed that are kind of convoluting all the thoughts, and then there's like kind of learning the nuances of the current edition. So I do recommend getting fewer units, but duplicating them. That makes it a bit better. And then you can branch out into like, you know, do a unique unit. But this isn't for tactics necessarily. This is just for fun factor. So that's how I have fun. I have fun by just corning. So I'm gonna corn forward and watch your reaction. So that's done well when you have some armor to transport you up the battlefield. Yeah, because people like to shoot stuff. They like to sit back in the corner and just shoot things, and so you got to go to them. That's just the name of the game. Hey, Pookie Bear. Hi, Moon. I'm gonna start collecting minifigures or knowing how to paint. Love your videos. Thank you, Neofilms. Oh wow. This is what I would say. Wow, that's like, how can you start collecting? Well, okay. First off, this is what I would say. Rule of cool. What looks good to you? What's the first thing that uh, warriors in armor, uh, alien Xenos, uh, big, chunky, beefy dudes, slender, more finesse. What's the aesthetic that speaks to you? Go with rule of cool first. Why? Because editions of rules change. So something that might be tactically good now may not be, heck, a month from now, 6 months, a year from whatever. Go with what you think looks good. And then if it looks good to you, then read the lore because then that lore will speak to you because you already like the way it looks. And then you'll care about the look and the lore. And then rules, that's kind of a crapshoot because sometimes the rules are awesome, sometimes the rules are okay, and sometimes the rules are that you're going to be losing a lot. So it's like that's my advice for collecting. And if you collect world eaters, then you'll be right every single time, even in the rules department, because as long as you're corning forward, in other words, moving, just moving, then it doesn't matter. You have fun no matter what. Me and Tech are getting out of the bath now. Need to go. Love you lots, Dave. Uh, yes. Well, you know, make sure you dry it all. This sentence can go no place good. no place or all places. Good. Good night. Have a good night. We'll talk to you. We'll see you guys later. Uh, love you lots. You're good people no matter what pond you swim in or travel to get places. Rule of Cool is king. Val's score. I agree. Rule of Cool is definitely king. What's your favorite Forge World model? And why is it the Mastodon? I'm just kidding. Although that being said, the Mastodon is pretty amazing. So I saw this video of this dude doing like a stupid amount of these. By the way, don't copy this. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm not a fitness guy. I'm just moving and looking at comments and reading back to you. So this isn't meant to be a workout video. This is I just like to move, guys. Okay? So that's all I gotta say. Hey Dave, as the resident corn champion, how do you feel about corn and world leaders being separated as factions? I always felt like they should be merged as like just corn. Oh, are you talking about like corn demons and world eaters? Is that what you mean? Because if that's what you mean, that was Corn Demonkin once upon a time. And I agree. That was the best Chaos Codex that has ever existed, which is now immortalized in an edition of Warhammer 40,000 that is no longer current. Some would say this is a sad fact. Others would just be like, well, why don't you just play that edition and play that codex and who cares? And to that I say that's a very good idea. And really we should just do that one day. Yeah, we should just do it. Yeah, you should get a gravity hammer. Gravity hammer? What do you mean? Woo, I could tell that's how Dig Bick, huh? That's had to really enunciate that. Yeah. Huh. I got the same punching bag. That's a that's a good one. I got that for whoever wants to use it. Yeah, sounds awesome. What country is the best in bolt action? You mean well, I don't know the rules well enough of bolt action to actually comment meaningfully there. All I know is that when I did play bolt action, let's see, who did I play as? I played as the German army, and I think there was like some sort of you can you got guns on top of your trucks that you could do that you could use, and that was special because not every army could do that. Uh, but yeah, that was kind of my very limited experience with bolt action. I only played like maybe 3 games. It was fun, I will say that. Yeah, really appreciate you hanging out this evening, everyone. This is guess I tend to do a random live stream. Probably, I don't know. It's random. Is there intermittent? I don't know. It's whenever it happens. So I really appreciate that. It is late. The Boner Chanzo 3. Welcome as a mini wargamer. That's amazing. Jim White, Dave loves Tau and other Greek letters? Jim, why would you say such a thing? What is that even what did I ever do to you that you would say that and make me Ron Burgundy and say it back to you? Like, what? What? It's a nice way to spend time. I agree. I agree. This is wonderful. I really enjoy this. I was gonna be up anyway and kind of moving anyway, and I just figured why not hang out for a little bit and do that. I don't like using heavy weights. I just like using like moderate. Like these are 15 pounds, but I do like time under tension, so I just like kind of move them slow because that kind of like is more endurance. But again, don't listen to me because I'm not a fitness guy. Just a dude that moves. Okay, so be super careful when you're doing stuff like this. Right? Listen to the professionals. Don't follow the guy online who's just uh, lifting weights and who isn't a professional. So, as the professional non-professional, I'm telling you to follow the professionals. Just picked up some Adeptus Custodes. Got 2 cents to rain on my parade. That sounds like a challenge. It sounds like you want me to say something. That's what it sounds like. Do you want me to rain on your parade? Do you want me to? Is that what you want? I kind of get the feeling. Mubi says, "What is your favorite Chaos Dreadnought?" Mine is the Sonic Dreadnought. I hope we get one when Fulgrim comes home. That sounds so cool, man. Contemptor Dread is actually pretty cool too. I gotta say, like, just I painted one up a few months ago, and it was just a lot of fun to paint. So, for no other reason than it was fun to paint. Do you want a chair? I do, Sean. Why are you asking? Because uh, I don't know the context. Always great seeing you, man. You got to pick up my dumbbells just now. You got me to pick up my dumbbell. Excellent. In fact, why are you watching this and not moving with me? For those who aren't moving, that's all I got to ask. I'm not telling you to move. I'm just asking the question. That is the question. Even if it's just getting up and standing and doing some silly calf raises. That's what I call them because, like, what's that? How can that possibly benefit us? Well, when you do it as a habit, you no longer think about it. Like, and you do it as a habit every time you do dishes. And if you're doing dishes every day, then that's every day you're doing them. And if you're doing them while you're doing dishes, that's who knows how many you do. Maybe you do 100. Doesn't matter. You're losing count. After time, that's thousands that you're doing, and it's all incidental movement. It's kind of like this. I'm engaging with you right now. I would be doing this anyway, but I just figured it'd be a good time to just move at the same time. It's just fun. Painting Battlefleet Gothic minis right now. Sean, excellent, very cool. Um, which ones specifically are you painting up? I'm moving a paintbrush. Does that count? Uh, yes. Movement is movement. Even thoughts, even thinking. Think about what you want to do. Because I'm at work for the next 10 hours. Hmm. There's some sort of context I'm missing there. Recovering from a spinal injury, 2 weeks more till I can work out. Most Celia dealt. Best of luck with the recovery. And I look forward to seeing you move because moving, let's just face it, this Corn's way of living. Movement phase, yeah, that's a necessary thing. But charge phase, that's also movement. It's all movement. Without movement, there's no corn and there's no carn. So yes, of course, movement is the thing, and movement is awesome. I just ate dinner 5 minutes ago. That's very good. Are you saying that as in you have gout? Oh, by the way, hi, Fire Drake. Good evening. By the way, I asked about the chair because screaming while standing seems uncomfortable, but I get it's because you're working it now. Ah, I see. Okay. Um, yeah, I prefer to stand anyway, so it's all good. Looking through the codex, I just realized my models cost so many points. What? Razor blade? Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's a fact, especially in this edition. I got back to the hobby again like a year ago. Atro, awesome to have you back in the hobby. What are you painting up? It's 5:40 in the morning and I have a baby in my lap. Well, what? No, 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 no. You can't go and say that and then completely mess up the movement. Here I was going to do some sort of like corn war cry. I'm like, wait, I can't do that. I'm going to wake up the baby. And then I realized, obviously, I'm not going to wake up the baby. No, I got nothing. Sometimes it's nonsense. Sometimes I just have to throw audibles, throw sounds out that way, and it's your job to organize them. This is how it works sometimes. I don't know, Dave, as Corn, and being an anime player, I don't move much. Awesome. I love it. I guess you don't need to move if you're an AdMech player, right? I want the finger off God. 5 smiles. Troy, I'm not sure exactly what that means. Dave, don't forget to hydrate. Ooh, thank you very much for that. There's no water down here. Is that bad, guys? I think that might be bad. I remember ordering from your website, and you would send Mike and Ike's with every order. Atro, have you been watching a while? You've been watching a while. I mean, that's all. That's a good. That's like a decade or more ago that you're talking about now. So thank you for that. Um, we're still kicking. We're still around. So yeah, that's amazing. Your brain be do be moving. Yes, my brain is moving. Headphones on, scream all you want. Again, that sounds like a challenge. Let's see. Coleman R says, I've got the Librarian of Phobos armor from the Warhammer magazine, half painted so far. Trying to mix a leather color for the cloak. It's the brown I use, dried a lot brighter than expected. That's cool. Just a reminder, a question. How often do you get that mini from the Warhammer magazine? Is that is that like I was I learned about that once upon a time, but off the top of my head, I'm not remembering. I'm just curious. Curiosity. The Mike and Ike era was great. The days before the bunker. Yeah, yeah, that was the days before the bunker, indeed. Troy, I'll post a few kids safe math, very interesting stuff, whole mechanics. There's much more than one type gravity weapon stuff. No bull. Okay, cool. I accept. Coleman, try shading it with a wash to tone down and dry brush after with a light one on edges. It was a monthly magazine. My country seems to be getting excess stock from Japan. Sells out fast at 7-Elevens, but I've been lucky to get a few of them. Very cool. Very cool. I'll try it out. I love this as painting advice. That's pretty awesome. So, this week, what are we doing this week on the channel? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be preparing for a series. It's a new series. It's called Hobby Hunter. And what am I going to be doing? What? Oh, Geeks and Gaming. Personally, I really love the contrast leather from GW. Just supplies less than you think. Yeah, the contrast paint from GW is probably one of the best things that they've ever come out with. I gotta admit, that's what I would say. Makes it so new painters and seasoned painters alike can, in a very satisfactory way, apply paint to a model and for it to look good. Use contrast on my Nightbringer. Yeah, contrast paints are. Hmm. See, now talking about contrast paints, I want to be showing off some models now and talking about things. But yeah, this week, here we go. What are we doing this week? Preparing Hobby Hunter stuff. We're setting up one of the rooms in the studio as the set for that. And Hobby Hunter is where the Eye of Terror sees some really cool stuff out there that exists and just showcases it. It's like, hey guys, have you seen this really cool painted model? Have you seen this artist? Take a look because it's pretty awesome. So it's basically what I like to do on Instagram, only it'll be in video format. Um, yeah, that's Hobby Hunter. So that's coming out soon, guys. So I like to know your thoughts on that one because your thoughts on that are literally thoughts about the artist. So, because that's what it would be. It would be commenting on the artist and looking at the artist. And you know what? I'll just mention who the first spotlight is. The first spotlight is Aljurathan. So if you ever seen Aljurathan's Legion of the Damned conversions, they're absolutely out of this world. That's what it is. That's what the first episode is dedicated to, and I couldn't be more excited to showcase that and to show everyone that. Love how contrast paints lower the barrier to entry. Agreed. Easy Space Marine armor is contrast over lead belchers. Love it for black armor. Absolutely. Hey, Dave. So the Magnet says, "Hey, Dave, what do you think of using Horus Heresy to start a Chaos Space Marine 40k army?" Well, you're talking to a guy who has no problem proxying miniatures because I've been doing that for 16 years. And yeah, I think it's awesome. I just think however you want to hobby is really up to you. So if you enjoy the idea of that, then go for it. If you expect to, uh, you know, uh, use that in tournaments or whatever, that's a different story. But it really depends on the reason why you hobby. If you hobby for enjoyment, if you hobby because you like painting miniatures, if you play games with your friends who aren't stringent on technicality, then fantastic. That's a great thing. If part of your hobbying includes going to sanctioned events that are hosted by GW proper, then you'll need to use correct models that represent the game that they're playing. Otherwise, uh, yeah, go nuts. That's my advice. That's what I would say. Really love the talk show style videos you've been making. Why not start a weekly MWG podcast with guests from all over? Well, it's funny you should say that because I am. It's actually what the new studio is being set up to be and to do. And if I'm being honest, this is something that I've actually wanted to do for a while now, but really it's just a matter of doing it, sitting down and doing it, uh, stopping for 2 seconds to do it because everything just moves so fast. And there's a lot of projects on the go. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. The new studio will have two things. The new studio focuses on two things. One, it's uh, it's going to be the Hobby Hunter set, which is what I was talking about before about showcasing people's art, and then it will be the backdrop to the podcast series, which is honestly, it's just me talking to guests. That's what it is. So I love people. I like talking to people. I'm an extrovert. I'm gonna want to get to know people. So if you're visiting the bunker, and I've told Josh this too. So Josh schedules the guests and he schedules them for games and who's playing who. And so I said to him that I'm doing this podcast series and that guests that come in, I want them to be on it uh, or make it available as an invitation if they want to be on it. Since they've come all this way to be guests of the bunker, you know, it's an honor to have them on the show, really. And it's an honor to have you there too. Like if you were guests at the bunker, that the seat's yours, man. To talk about why you love the hobby, like why do you like playing games, what your armies are, which one did you bring to play in a battle report, all that stuff. And the reason why I want it set up in a studio is because then all of the time that it takes to set things up, like getting the lighting and getting the cameras and getting the computer set up so that OBS can just like switch the cameras. All I got to do uh, is have a conversation with the guest. I hit record, and then I have this keypad where I'm able to actually switch cameras, which is awesome. So add some visual interest, and one of those cameras will be focused on that guest's miniature or army or whatever. Also a cool thing too to show off that. I think that would be super neat to do that. There's a huh. There's a lot more people here than there were a minute ago. Good morning, everyone. Fire Drake. I'm more introvert. I would walk away from you, Dave. Too much energy for me. LOL. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna run after you. I'm gonna catch you. Uh, but that's okay. You know. How the heck do the viewers just drop and then go up and what's going on here? Maybe it's just you're seeing too much. It's too late. It's too late this day. I don't really want to get into Warhammer Fantasy, but none of my friends want to play it. Yeah, that is a tough one when people don't play around you. Can Defi be a podcast co-host? Oh my goodness, that's such a good idea. Yeah, I agree. So how does it go from 100 to 200 viewers in the matter of 10 seconds? That makes no sense. Name a car for name a car. 1977 Corvette. There you go. It's sus. Yeah, it is a little sus, isn't it? It's actually quite sus. I don't like it. I don't like how the viewership drops, like goes up and down by 100 at a time. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, 203 to 140. Like you guys are seeing this too? Like what? Right now, Instagram is no good for the live, which is why I came here to YouTube to do the live. And now it's like, what? Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. Rabbit Star Lore Podcast if you're taking requests. Ooh. That's an idea there, isn't it, Fire Drake? And then we can share stories from the community because now it's over 200. See, it doesn't make sense. By the way, Fire Drake, just so you know, I thought you'd like to know this. Uh, yeah, looking at your story, man. Yeah, I really enjoyed the story that you wrote. So it was, I want you to write more. Like I think that'd be really neat. I want to know how the story ends. I got right into it, and then now there's cliffhanger. So yeah, there needs to be more continuation of the story. Doctor Strange. You know what it is? It's that. It's yeah, but that's fine. I accept because that he's a cool superhero. Yeah. Thanks for getting me into Warhammer. Best hobby I've ever had. Bryce, you're welcome. Um, I'll take full credit for that. Honestly, I still don't even know how that's possible. But if you say so, then I'm humbled by what you're saying. So thank you for that. It's an honor to do this because let's face it, man, I'm not good at much else. I get excited about plastic on YouTube. I was one of those lucky dudes who just kind of walked into YouTube when it basically first started, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, kind of useless at most other things here, guys. Yeah, but get me in front of plastic, and then I'm gonna go nuts. So that's all you really need to know. You have the shirt, excellent. Um, could you beat Nick from Play On at arm wrestling? Is that something you would want to see? Would you want to see that? No, Jeremy, I won't do that. Uh, your name's Braden? Well, Chrissy, you know, you have that. So I don't know. John Hanson, man, Dave, you got me into liking the World Eaters. Did I? Is that what I did? Are you sure I did that? How do you know you didn't do that? I'm just kidding. Well, if that is a thing, then again, I accept because the more World Eaters there are, then the more people are collecting skulls for the Skull Throne. So obviously, I'm going to be biased there. Dave, you're anything but you. Hey, if your goal is to make me cry, it's going to work. Okay, so no more warm fuzzies. I don't need the nice comments. But thank you for saying that. What's with the viewership dropping like 200 viewers to like 120 viewers to what's going on here? Do you guys not find that really suspect? Like, I'm a little concerned here. Do you guys know what's going on? I don't know what's going on. You the legend! Playing my first game of World Leaders on Saturday. Super excited. Left for the Black God. Daniel. Awesome. See what I mean? See how the viewers like 128? Are you guys seeing this too? How silly is that? I don't get it. Tau players have weak thumbs. Um, see, that's interesting because there's comments against factions, and then there's comments against the players of factions. I once made the mistake of not seeing the distinction between the two, but I've come to accept that there is a distinction. Wow, that just jumped 100 viewers. Do you guys not find that really odd? Are you seeing the same thing? Please tell me that you're seeing the same thing. Yeah. Hey man, been so long since I played Warhammer. How are orcs doing? I played orcs this past week, and they were fun to play against. So I think they're still fun. So, but that's just me. So you're seeing it too, Jim? Yeah. 20 plus, still working at my army. Lots of years lost in the warp and steel and plastic, but back and in strength and in pageant dresses and dealing for the battle off war. Five smile. Yeah, taking time off the hobby and then jumping back in. I guess that's something that we all do from time to time. Chris Noren says, "Oh, Coleman R. It drops and boosts by 40 regularly." Are you talking about like in general, in a general sense? Because this is dropping by like 100. So I don't know, man. Charles Norton, mad respect to Nick, but I feel like Steven from Vanguard Tax is probably the arm wrestling champion Dave needs to challenge for supremacy. Uh, I'll tell you what, I will, yeah, okay, let's just do that. It's gonna happen, man. Like next time I see Steven, I think that's just the only thing I can do. So, I just kind of just do the best I can. Give him a run for his money anyway. Uh, you know, he is a bodybuilder, so it's not exactly what I am. I'm not. I'm just a dude that moves, man. I'm not a bodybuilder, nor do I want to be. Uh, yeah, I just want to not want. That makes no sense, nor does it have to. Doctor Strange, are you in the next Marvel movie? Um, uh, yes, yes, I'm in the next Marvel movie. It's John Wick. It's not John Wick, but it's almost John Wick. Uh, no, it's John. It's Doctor Strange, John Wick. That's the impression. That's the thing I'm trying to go for. Uh, what's your opinion on the Avengers? Well, uh, the Avengers were best when it was the original group. That's my opinion of the Avengers. So in my mind, the Avengers are the original group, uh, and that's what I long to see again. You love the Avengers except for their values. Uh, yeah, yeah, we can jump into all sorts of stuff. This is the maelstrom of war. If I were at your house, would you let me brush your hair? Honestly, man, like kind of like warm fuzzies and touch is my love language. I'd probably let you do it. I would let you brush my hair because that's one of the main reasons why I like going to the hairdresser, barber, uh, getting hair washed. It's like a head massage. So yeah, of course I'd let you brush my hair. What are we actually saying here? Let's be honest. Yes. Uh, yeah, the MCU is weird because the X-Men are missing. But are they missing? Are they missing? Because I think I saw some X-Men stuff recently. Do you have high hopes for the Amazon Warhammer series? To be honest, I don't think about the Amazon Warhammer series until I think about it. And when I do think about it, I just think to myself, Henry's doing it. So I think Henry's got it covered. That's what I think. And honestly, I think that it'll be good because Henry's doing it. So that's you know what? Yeah, I have high hopes. Uh, I would say I have high hopes. That there is a lot of room for disappointment because my hopes are so high. So if it's not good, then I will be disappointed. But if it is good, then it will meet my expectations for what I think it'll be. Yeah. Fine, I'll say Marvel. There you go. You're this universe's Doctor Strange. You get your time stone soon. Okay, I accept. I'll take it. Wooden doors. 6 million. I mean, these are just random words now. Yeah, what's up, Dave? Ghost X! Man, it's been a while. Yeah, it's going well. It's going good. Thanks for joining us. Joining us. Who else is here? We're all here together. This live was not a notification I was expecting. Well, Trent, it's good to not expect the expected, because then you might be disappointed. But when you don't expect anything and then you get what you're not expecting because you weren't expecting it, then it's a surprise. Imagine Dave using a time stone just to go back on failed rolls. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Of course I would do that. Wouldn't you? Would you not do that too? Would you not use the time stone to go back and actually like have a perfect game? Can you imagine that? You would literally be adding to the illusion that you get perfect rolls. You could say to your opponent, watch this. I'm going to predict the future and I'm going to roll the 6. Now I'm going to roll a 3. Now I'm going to, because that's what it sounds like when you roll dice. Now I'm going to roll a 4. Now I'm going to roll 2 dice and it's going to be a 3 and a 6. And then it'd be like, those are weighted. How do you do that? And then they would roll the dice and it would be wrong. And then you would roll it and then you look like a wizard. Of course I would do that. Why would I not exploit that situation to make it look like there was magic that was real? Because it was, if I'm using a time stone, then obviously magic is real. And that's when we get 88 viewers. And that's when Corn wants it. And that's when we were reminded to move. Whenever we get the thought to move, we just move. That's Corn's law. We just move. Just move. And who just moves? We do. And who are we? We are World Eaters. Because we is the acronym for World Eaters. And that's just how it works. You guys doing a chaos building campaign, paint, and new army randomly added? Huh? You know how I'm going to interpret that? I'm going to interpret this. Rolling Thunder. You missed everything and kind of nothing. What you're watching right now is kind of what's been happening the whole time. There's been a random reading of comments, and then there's been movement. So are you moving? What are you doing to move? That's what I want to know. Yeah, sounds like Zinch magic. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, a little bit. Pop is the sound of Zinch changing your dice rolls. Oh, yeah, you got me there too. It changes his blood for the Black God. Just wanted to say it that way. So, yeah. Look, Doctor Strange. Well, Peter, um, I'm not quite amused by what you and your friends are doing, but we can make sure the Ancient One has something to say about this. I do have high hopes for Amazon 40K. Right? Like, yeah. Do we not all have high hopes for it? Why wouldn't you have high hopes for that? Right? It's kind of like the Fallout series. I want to watch that. That's going to be great. Paint my World Eaters in their heresy colors. John Hanson. Yes! I want to see the white and blue. Show me. Are you posting on Instagram? I want to see it. Okay? So cool. Doctor Strange? Frankenstein? All right. MiniWarGamer. MiniWar did an army building with random units. Oh, okay. Okay. You're talking about Path to Glory. Yeah, we're going to be doing a Path to Glory very soon. Speaking of dice rolls, do you have any change improved as well? Okay, well, it's going way too fast. All right. I'm not getting it. Looks like there's some good questions here. I want to get what's going on here. Dave, draw my logo and write Ghost X was here. Okay, I'll draw it with my words. Your logo is the 2 dots with the orange? No, I'm not. Why would I see purple and say orange? And then Ghost X was here. So with my words, I just drew it. I drew it in the fabric, the fabric that catches all the sonic vibrations, which is basically everything, because everything's sound, right? So you know what I love? I love when it's 1208, because eights are eights and Corn loves eights, but it's also 12. And that's Legion number World Eaters. So that's just how I think. I think in Corn. So, is that not how you think too? And if not, why? Why don't you think properly? May you have a blessed day. You too, Jim White. It was a pleasure to interact with you as well, and I love that you keep on keeping on with the Tiger Lily. So I appreciate it. What's everyone's favorite model? Ooh, good question. I love this game. What's my favorite car in the Betrayer? I mean, yeah, I guess that answers that question. Is he my favorite model though? I would say he's my favorite character in the 40K universe, but not model. Yeah. And how do I know that? Well, it's because, I prefer converted Karn as opposed to what GW Karn does. Even though the Karn model's fine, I've just seen some Karn conversions that are just whoa. That's just, that's just how it is. So, mhm. What's with the Doctor Strange stuff? Why you keep on saying Doctor Strange? Is Baltimore Lore Daddy or is Luton Lore Daddy? That's a good question. Um, hmm, hmm. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. They're slightly different. Gotta go with Baltimore. Okay, and you know why? I say that because his voice. Yeah, just partial to his voice, man. I really love the way he talks, and yeah, he's amazing. So, I mean, Luton is clearly amazing. So it's like it's not a matter of that's not the debate here. It's yeah, Baltimore is his voice is just so unique that he's I think he's doing exactly what he's meant to be doing, and that is using his voice to be the voice of lore for Warhammer. I mean, yeah, I'm glad he does his channel. So that's what I got to say about that. Kind of cool to see you are still here. I found y'all maybe 10 years ago. Very awesome. Keep it up. Thank you, Shorty. It's I honestly I don't want to be anywhere else, and I don't know where I'd be otherwise. And like I said earlier in the conversation, there's really not much else I could do. I don't think. I've been doing this so long that I think if I were to reintegrate into society and not be doing it in an online